He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love,
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Chili's Corner. This is my review for Teen Mom, Young and Pregnant, Season 1, still episode 17. Okay? If you have not done so already, please take a moment and do not forget to subscribe to my channel and become a whole Jay Bird. Okay? Hey, Jay Birds. Y'all know I be extra. And it's only 2 o'clock in the morning, so I'm early. It's not 5 a.m. Do not forget to like, comment, and share this video. Thank you. And to also hit that notification bell to let you know when I have a new video up. Y'all like my look, the Hello Kitty ears? I'm gonna be wearing them all the time now. Anyway, this show, when I was watching, I'm looking like, okay, it's not boring, but I'm realizing it's a lot less that I'm having to like go over. Cause I'm like, it's like kind of real cut and dry with certain people. So I like it a lot. So Lexi and Kyler, Lexi is out with her friend chit-chatting, talking and whatnot, because Lexi took classes to graduate early because she was pregnant. So, excuse me, I'm so sorry. She is already done with school. However, everyone else who was a senior when she was a senior, they're now officially graduating. So they're having like little parties and stuff, all that little senior stuff that happens at the end of high school. So there's a party that, like a little senior party or whatnot, that Lex, she thinks she can't really go. Mainly because she's like, I can't go and get wasted because I have to breastfeed. And I have a baby. And I said one or two things. One, you too young to get wasted. Like, you can't be on TV saying you're not old enough to drink. So you just hold on yourself. And secondly, I feel like she doesn't want to go because she's a mom. And I like that. I feel like Lexi, before she had a baby, she felt childish. Like, she seemed to me like an immature kid. And I'm like, I don't think she's going to realize it's the whole baby and the responsibility that it takes to be a mother. But her saying, like, I can't go out and I can't really go to work because I can't go out and get wasted. I have a baby, I have to breastfeed. I said, that's responsible. It's illegal too because you're too young to drink, but whatever. But she also brings up the friends, like, maybe you can like just come for a little while. You know what I'm saying? She's like, well, I don't know. Like, my mom could probably watch him, but you know what I'm saying, I'll have to see. So we do see her mama tell her, like, so yeah, I'll watch the baby. It's no problem. But she like, I feel like it's not my mom's responsibility to watch my child. And I said, when she said that, I said, her having that baby like made her grow up. It's the weirdest thing because I will call her, like, last season early this season, she wanted to be a mortician, and she was weird, like whole little death becomes her situation, and I would tease her or whatever. But I feel like even though she still look like she can be in the morgue, she's still a mother. Like, the fact that she's not trying to hang out, the fact that even now she's not chasing after Kyler to be around her and the baby, like, it seems like she is comfortable being at home, being a mom. And it doesn't mean that she's not, getting help from whoever else or whatever. But for the most part, it seems like she's taking the role of being a mother seriously. And I think that's the main reason she don't want to move, because she's still learning how to be a mom, and she wants to be around her mom while she's in the first year of her being her own mom, because she's only 17, 18 years old. So I respected her more for saying, it's not my mom's job to watch my child while I go out and have fun. Like, that ain't, I have to stay home for certain stuff, and it's fine. You know what I'm saying? She talks to Kyler about it or whatever, and he like, you know what I'm saying, it's crappy that you don't want to go, but I'm going, okay. And but she's telling him, like, you shouldn't go, you know what I'm saying, but you need to remember that you are a dad now, and so you have responsibilities. And he like, but I can still have fun. Like, I'm gonna have fun. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Just because you don't want to go, don't mean I ain't going. And I feel like you not going is you're boring. Okay, you're kind of making me your bitch. And I'm like, he didn't even get what she meant. Like, you a whole father now. Like, you should be worried about more stuff than going to a party as a senior. Like, fuck a senior party. You have a baby, a whole baby, and it seemed like she was trying to get him to get like, it's a reason I'm not going, and you should not go either. And she's like, it's unfair that I can't go, but you gonna want to go. Now, when she said can't go, you can go. You have a sitter. You just want to be responsible enough and not go. So I get that, but I also feel like she can't give up her whole young childhood or whatever. She can, or she should, take little breaks, and allow herself to still have fun a little bit. Like, still be, be the responsible parent, but you can sometimes, have a whole side of relief and go out for one day or whatever. But she like, for me, I'm just trying to be responsible, and your ass not. And Kyler is just a little asshole. Like, well, I don't care. I'm going to party. So we do see like he going to the party and she at home being a responsible parent. And you know what I'm saying, she brings up how her friends don't realize how much she's grown up because she had a baby. So for her, she has to be a mom. And her mom, was like, well, I could have watched him. She's like, no, mom, it's not your responsibility. And her mom, I think, respected her for saying that, because it's, I've seen so many people post on social media, when did the grandparents stop wanting to help take care of their grandkids, or when did the grandparents stop wanting to babysit? They don't have to. They raise their kids. So when a grandparent is nice enough to to help or whatever, they don't have to do that. Like, they raised you. If your parent never in life wants to babysit your own child, it's not their responsibility. And I like how she's saying that, like, it ain't my mama's job. I said that was absolutely great. Kyler is immature, but for the most part, Lexi is growing up a little bit. Brianna's story is so easy, because basically they ain't got nothing. They ain't got no storyline. They ain't got no house. They have a car. They ain't got no jobs. Okay. So they, driving to Oregon. It was a 3-day road trip. So as they were driving, they made different stops at different, little landmarks, different little things, different little attractions between Wisconsin and Oregon. So they do get there after the 3 days, and it was her mom, her boyfriend and baby, and also her sister and her sister's boyfriend, because they all drove all their stuff up there. But I'm like, y'all took stuff up there, and where y'all gonna live? So she brings up, because they don't have somewhere to stay permanently yet, they're staying at an Airbnb. And I'm like, but isn't that expensive? Like, I guess you can probably get something for cheap, but I'm like, how can you get an Airbnb? Well, I guess you just need money to do an Airbnb, because you're not living somewhere like for like a lease or whatever. It was. So we do see the grandparents come over and see the baby in real life. They meet her boyfriend or whatever. It was like hey. It seemed awkward, and they brought up how they see how he and the baby gets along real well. That's a great thing, but it was boring to me. Okay, boring. We do see they just kind of sitting around like, we have to find jobs. We have to find somewhere to live. Like, we're gonna be here until things pan out. And I'm like, they literally went there with no plan. Like, I'm moving in March. I'm already planning on packing boxes. But for me, I know I'm going to easily find somewhere to live, because I've been looking at places for like a year. So I have all these options of where I want to move, but I've been planning this ahead of time. I'm like, how have you not been planning this months and months ahead? Like, it just does not make any damn sense. I'm like, girl, you're stupid. But it is what it is. We do see a scene where like the sisters are sitting around eating with the boyfriends or whatever, and they kind of bring up how it's crazy that they're there or whatever, and how they all just kind of don't have nothing, and they need to get stuff. Again, no jobs, no houses, and they're just kind of waiting for things to fall into place. We do see the sister saying to Robert, who was Brianna's boyfriend, how she's proud of him for, taking the whole leap of faith and moving out of state with his new girlfriend and her baby. And I said, well, that's stupidity. Okay, that's what I'm not proud of stupidity. And I had a friend who met a guy and she met a guy, and then she moved with him out of state. And when she moved with him out of state, because he had all these promises of you gotta work, all these things, I'm gonna take care of you, and then they moved, and none of that shit happened. And she left here. She had a good job working somewhere. She had her own place. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have any children, and she came back pregnant and had to go back and move in with her mama. So I feel like, sometimes you meet someone and you like them, but it may not be smart to leave whatever you have to be with them. And I feel like her mama, Brianna's mama, was done for leaving too. Like, if you had a job in Wisconsin, why would you leave and move to Oregon if you don't have no new jobs lined up? Like, it's just crazy to me. And I get you want to take a leap of faith. You do want to do that, but you can't be just waiting for God to do all the work. I mean, he wants you to do something first, okay? I'm saying, like, help him out a little bit. I'm like, it's just kind of crazy. Anyway, the sisters, of course, said how much they're going to miss each other because, the older sister is going back to Wisconsin with her boyfriend to live, and we see the sister fly off and everybody crying. But I'm like, again, they crying because they homeless, okay? If you at an Airbnb in a whole new state, you homeless. If you don't have no real address, no license, no washer, dryer in the basement or whatever, like if you don't have somewhere to be stable, you homeless, okay? Point back to the period. I just don't see why her mama moved them there at this point in time. Not saying you can't want to move and change things up, but you have to have a plan. Like, her mama didn't have a plan, and neither did Brianna. Brianna is still got counting on her mama. Just stupid. I'm like, God, I just don't know what to do about it, Jesus. We see Ashley and Bar. I like how Ashley's saying how, the whole court thing, the whole PPO thing with his mama is dead. It wasn't approved or whatever. However, she's saying because his brother is on trial for murder and they're in the midst of that, of him being, of like closing arguments and that stuff and the verdict, we need to push all that to the side and we got to just focus on being there for Bar because he's taking the situation hard because his brother could get life in prison. So, she said how she did not go to the court date because she said, I felt like me being there could have made things worse because of beef between me and his mama. So I chose not to go and let them, be there or whatnot. And so he calls her and like telling her like, oh yeah, well they're going to close the arguments. He then bring up like, yeah, my mama's here too. And she up and bring it up to me about the court case and the PPO stuff with you. And ask like, why would she bring that up? Like, that don't have nothing to do with what's going on. Like, she needs to be focused on what y'all got going on. Whatever happened between me and her, like, that don't even matter anymore. Like, it's a whole new, more important thing. And what I liked the most was she didn't say it in a smart tone. She didn't say it in a way like I can't, she said it in a way of like matter of factly, that shit was don't matter. And I also like how she know Bar is having a hard time with all the stuff going on, and the way she said to him, all right, baby, I love you. Like, I've said that, that's how you tell your man you love him when you know he not in his right mind and he down, he just probably needs to hear that you love him and hear it in your voice to make him feel better. And I loved how she said it to him. I picked up on that. Okay. So she brings up how, it's kind of crazy because, things look like they may end up being bad for his brother. And, I know if that happens, it's going to break him. Like, he going to break down from that. And I have to figure out how I'm going to take care of him and Holly, their daughter. And I was like, that's true. When you, have a boyfriend or a spouse or whatever, a significant other whose family is going through things and they not taking that shit well, you have to remember that you have to take care of them too, no matter what else is going on. And it's crazy because I know people, I know a guy who's in jail and who has life, and he's had life since he was in his 20s, like 22, like his early 20s. I can't remember how old he was when he went to prison for life. So his whole life, okay, and he been in jail I'm 36. Probably for a good 15 years since then, because we the same age. It's a guy I grew up with, and he got life. And I remember when he got sentenced, his family was like it was just so hard for them to hear. But I also know people who got like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. It's all still hard on people because you have to still kind of want to be there for them people. It's just a hard situation. So I get how she's like, I'm saying, he not gonna handle it right when it first happened, because in a way it's a death. Because in a way you realize I'm never gonna be able to hang out with that person in the way I used to. I will never be able to hug that person the way I used to. I will never be able to freely see that person like I used to. And so she realized he ain't gonna handle it well, and I have to figure out how to take care of him too. So we do see Barr bring up like the next scene that his brother was found guilty of murder. And so, he's bringing up how the issues between his mama and Ashley and how he's in the middle of it, are minimal compared to his brother getting life in prison. So he said how they're going to try to file an appeal and get him a second trial and get this involved in different organizations and companies or whatever that can try to help him get out. Because they never say any details of what happened, but we just know he was found guilty of murder. It was what it was. And, I'm just like, because I know people who had to go through that. I know people who had to go through that for a boyfriend. I know people who had to go through that for a son. I know people who had to go through that for just different things. And it's very, very tough. So I feel bad for Barr's mom, for Barr, and also for Ashley. However, on the flip side, I feel like we don't know what happened. We don't know as viewers if his brother is guilty or innocent. So at the same time as we feel bad for their family, what they're going through, we have to remember that the boy was in jail for murder, so somebody died. You know what I'm saying? So we have to also remember too, we have to feel bad for, not bad for, but feel sympathy for the family who also lost their loved one. So it's just tough all around. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of crazy. So him and Ashley was talking or whatever, and then he like, you know what, I don't want to argue with you anymore. Like I want us to just not have all that craziness going on, and I want to turn over a new leaf and for us to be on good terms again. And then you know what I'm saying, he was bringing up how he can't imagine what his brother is going through, knowing he won't ever get out of prison. Like for him to know that he's gonna always be in the prison cell, only within the walls. He can't go out behind them gates. Like how crazy, mentally draining, and in how that affects a person. And it's true. It's very, very true. I have a friend who's in jail, and he don't have life, but he's been gone for like 10 years. So he's been gone for a little while. And so when he like writes me whatever, and I try to make time to write him back, I can't do it as often as I should or whatever. But when I do, send him in, oh hey, how you doing? I like to say back to him, hey, how you doing? Keep your head up, stay positive. I like to say that because I know how hard it can be. So I always say, I'm like, I know it's it's tough in there, but remember, what I'm saying, you have to stay positive and stay focused on the fact that that you can get up for parole or whatever. So I try to, when I do, I try to write him back like once a month. When he sends me a letter or whatever. Thank God for JPay, because it's easy to just type on the phone. Excuse me. But yeah, him saying how his brother having to realize and wrap his mind around being in prison and how it's gonna make him feel mentally. That shit's so true. It's so true. So it's crazy because you're seeing it from another person's perspective. So for him, he was like, that's why I just been so, emotionally lately, because I just been, thinking about that or whatever. And then at first, he's like, well, let's stop talking about it. Like he wanted to change the subject. But she's like, I want to say something first. Let me say something. And she gave him a very encouraging word. And she basically said, like, the most you can do for your brothers is make them proud. Like, be the best you, and if they know that you're doing good, that will make them feel good, and they'll be proud of you. And this is a better situation. Like, if you can't do nothing else for them within them situations, make them proud of you. Which makes me think that must not be the only brother that Bar had that's in jail, because she was talking as if he had multiple brothers who was locked up or just maybe not doing good or whatever, who he needs to make proud, and how he needs to not be, doing dumb shit, getting into dumb stuff. He just needs to be a better off person. And so, because she said, because people, we all love you. I love you. They love you. People love you. It was just a very encouraging word, and it's great to hear that kind of stuff from somebody. And so he takes it in, okay. He's like, you know what, the next few weeks I want to find a job. I'm going to bond more with my child, and I want to improve my relationship with you. I said, first of all, I didn't even realize Bar don't have no job. Girl, no job at all. I mean, Bar looked like he has a small penis, okay. So I know that sounds horrible, but I'm like, he ain't got no job either. He acting all crazy, girl. Bye. Not me, said the cat. But I like how he realized he has to do better for himself, for his girl, and for his baby. So that's the plus. He brings up how he also made an appointment to go see an anger management. To take anger management classes. And she's like, well, you can learn stuff and teach me. They both do need anger management. And they kind of laugh it off at the end, like laugh it off with each other and hug or whatever. It was cute. I like how they kind of getting back to being in love or whatever. It's always a great thing. Jade and Shine. Jade has emotional, mental issues. I can see it from a mile away. Okay, she's in her bed, under the covers, just uncontrollably crying, saying how she feels so overwhelmed. Her mom is there. Her stepdad is there. Her stepdad on the couch, knocked out, sleep, snoring. Okay, her mama calls her doctor because, again, she's in her room just bawling, crying. She just can't stop crying. So she talks to the doctor with the nurse. And she's like, I can't sleep. I'm always crying. I feel that she's basically having panic attacks, anxiety, whatever, and she can't control her emotions. It's basically what it is. Okay, so the nurse said, you know what, we're going to have you come in tomorrow to see the doctor, because, again, she's on the phone crying, still talking to the nurse. And her mom, her mom was saying other things that she's been complaining about that's wrong with her, whatever. So the mama then said, you know what, we should take the baby from her. Like, we should take the baby for a day so that she can get some rest or whatever. We'll ask her to borrow some money for a hotel because we ain't got no money, and we've been living in. And she said, she literally said, we're gonna borrow some money from her. I don't have any money. We're gonna borrow money from her to get a hotel room because we've been sleeping in this car for the past 3 days. So her mom and stepdad is still homeless and sleeps in the car. So I'm like, okay, fine. So she do go ask Jay to borrow the money. And Jay like, I don't know. I haven't been to work. I have to go to work or whatever. Oh, well, no, we just going to borrow the money for the day. I'll get my check tomorrow, and I can pay you back the money tomorrow. And she's like, well, I'm going to take the baby to the hotel room so you can rest. So Jay lets her borrow the money, whatever. But I'm like, when your mama has to borrow money from you to get a hotel room because she is living in her car. I think for me, because of how I was raised and because of how close I am with my mom, I can't imagine that being a situation. Like, I can't imagine my mom not being able to live with me. Like, I don't get it. Like, if my mom is homeless and all I have is a 2-bedroom apartment, I have to go get a 3-bedroom house because my mom has to have a room. She's gonna live with me. Like, so for me, it's because. But her mama, they a whole different breed or whatever. So they get the room or whatever, and they take the baby. So Jade's at home, resting or whatever. She goes to her doctor appointment or whatever, and they gave her some new medicine for like some antidepressant medicine or whatever. And so she calls her mom and gives her mom like the name of the medicine. Her mom like, well, you need to be careful because you have addictive traits in you, so you don't want to get addicted. Why would you say that? I can't believe this. And I'm like, well, damn it. And I feel like what she said was, we a family of addicts, so you can be an addict. So let me forewarn you to be careful with that medication. I did not find anything her mama said crazy. I did not find it inappropriate. I did not find her being shady or rude. I feel like when your mother is a former drug addict, okay, and you dating Shine, and I'm pretty sure Shine is a former drug addict. I'm pretty sure that Jade in her day has done some drugs. And some of those prescription pills, especially them antidepressants or uppers or downers or whatever, they do get people hooked. So it's just true life. Okay, suck it up. Anyway, so, but she's mad that her mom said that or whatever. But I'm like, her mom said, like, look, I'm just being a concerned parent. Like, I have to be a concerned mom. And I'm like, she damn right. She is. You've been in your room crying for days, okay? And now they gave you some medication. You don't want to get hooked on it, girl. It's clear-cut common sense for her mom to bring that up. I would have felt bad if her mama didn't, okay? Get over it. Look, you can't be upset that your I can't call him a crackhead. Your mother, who was a past drug addict, is advising you on how not to get addicted to drugs. That's what you should listen to, okay? Because no one wants you to become a drug addict like your mama. So we see her like talking to her cousin on the phone or whatever, and she brings up how she felt like Sean is the reason her emotions and her emotions was so out of whack. The cousin said, "Oh, Julia, you over your shit fucked up," and it is. But I also feel like Jade likes to blame Sean for everything that's wrong with her. But I feel like you picked him for one, and you kept taking him back for two. And I feel like at one point in time, you and Sean probably did the same shit. And then you got pregnant and couldn't anymore. And so you expected him to out the blue change. And he was like, I forgot. I said in my last thing, ignore the clothes behind me, because I bought some clothes and I was hanging them up, and my sweater back there too. So those is clothes that I just have to hang up. I'm like, Lord Jesus. Anyway, I look like, wait a minute, no clothes still behind me, but I forget this is my second review, and I said in the first one, not in this one. Anyway, so yeah, she's saying how, Sean is the reason because she's like, I felt like he would, kind of mute me and make me not. He would tell me if I told him I felt some kind of way, he would say how I really didn't feel that way. And so he kind of just muted my feelings, and that's the reason why I wasn't feeling anything, because I didn't know what to feel. And I'm like, that's kind of crazy too. So at the same time, we see Sean going to see a therapist, and he brings up too how when he and Jay, Jay be arguing, fussing and fighting or whatever, when he's like in a bad mood, how he's not a nice guy. And he's like, that's like the con me. And I'm rude, I'm an asshole, I'm all these bad things. And it comes out in the worst ways. Like, I'll be yelling and fussing, fighting with her, and I should not do that. It's just a whole different part of me that I realized I need to have locked up. Because the doctor said, well, what do you want to do with the con side? I want to lock him up. And I said, well, that may not be smart. Because if you have a bad side to you that you keep locked away, it's burying shit. And you don't want to bury badness. You have to express it, get it out, because if not, it just gets deep. And eventually it goes off and you just OJ, okay? Eventually you go off and you Ray Caruth. Eventually you go off and you Steve Peterson. Eventually you go off and you pop. So you cannot bury that. You can't bury, you can't lock up, badness. You have to let that shit out, okay? We see her mom bring the baby back. Okay, they back from the hotel or whatever. She shows her mom the pills or whatnot. The doctor gave her for her anxiety. Her mom then said, you know what? You might be bipolar. Because that could be why you have the manic ups and those manic downs. And that is a part of being bipolar. Again, I do believe Jade has more wrong with her besides panic attacks and anxiety. I do believe that. However, I also believe her mama ain't no damn doctor or a person to diagnose anything. Okay. And Jay said, well, don't diagnose me with nothing else. Like, it's okay. I just had panic and anxiety. I had these pills. It's gonna be fine. It's fine. Her mama then said, you know what? Because I had bipolar too. You know how I dealt with it? I just started saying, fuck it. Fuck this, fuck that, fuck it all. I said, that's how she became homeless. Because you said fuck them bills, fuck paying bills, fuck not doing drugs. And you kept saying fuck the wrong things and became homeless. Girl, don't listen to your mama. Don't do it. So Jane brings up, she thinks the reason she's having anxiety and all these panic attacks and all these issues are happening because everything is on her shoulders. Everything as far as being a mom, taking care of the baby, paying on the bills, and basically being an adult has took its toll on her. The issues with Sean or whatever, and that's why she's consistently had the anxiety or whatever. And I said, girl, welcome to adulthood. Like, she said things like it was abnormal. I'm looking like those are typical. I have to pay bills every, I don't have a child, but I have to pay bills every month. I have to go to work every day. I have to do my YouTube. I have responsibilities because I have to be an adult. Now, sometimes I don't want to adult. I be like, I don't want to adult today. I do not want to adult today, and I have to anyway. So I get how it can be a lot when you are a single mom, a new mom, and a young mom. But at the same time, you have to suck it up and realize you are just living life, and you have to balance that shit, because if not, you're gonna be in your bed crying for days and days and days and gonna need medication. So lastly, Kayla and Stephen, erase the boy head. I can't think of how his name is pronounced. So, at this point in time, Stephen is not working. Okay, he ain't working at all. And Kayla's still like, I told him before, like, I need him to get a job because my savings is dwindling because I'm doing everything for the baby. So because, he had not gotten a job yet, she had to go apply for state assistance, which means like cash assistance, food stamps, all that stuff, or whatever they have for the state that she lives in. I know here you get WIC, which is Women, Infant, and Children. You get food stamps, you get Medicaid, you get cash assistance, you get all this stuff. If you have a kid and you need assistance or whatever. So I'm assuming it may be, I don't know how it works in other states, but she needs all that stuff because she isn't working. She's in school. And I do feel like a young mom who has a baby daddy ain't shit, she in school, she can't work. That's what assistance is for. Like, take that assistance while you get your college degree so that in a couple years you don't need it. Like, okay. So, but she brings up how because she's getting state assistance, the state is requiring that Stephen pays child support. Okay. So because of that, they got served a court date subpoena for them to go to court to set the child support amounts or whatever. So she's all nervous because, well, one is court, but she's like, I just don't want him to feel like, you know what I'm saying, because of this, it's like me against him, because of the court stuff. So first of all, they rode to court together because why? He ain't never got on there ride. He don't have no car, he ain't no car, no house, no nothing. He's a nothing ass person. Oh, baby, don't that man. And when he gets in the car, he has a whole attitude. Like, she asked him to hold the court papers. He threw in the back seat. Get out of my car. Get out of my car. Walk, bitch, is what I would have said. But I digress. So they get to court. And, it takes about 3 hours. And then he was ordered. He was ordered to pay $128 a month. Okay. $120 per month. And he was ordered to find a job. And then they in the car going home. And he in the car mad. I'm getting railroaded. You know what I'm saying? This is all fucked up. He acting all fucked up. I can't believe this. I'm like, you bitch over $128 a month? Bitch, I pay more for cable per month than you paying child support, okay? My goddamn Comcast cable bill, which includes cable, phone, and internet, it's like dumb. It's like $220. Bitch, you complaining because you paying $128 a month for a whole baby, bitch? She can't do shit with $120 a month, okay? That's maybe 4 packs of Pampers and a tin of formula. That's it. That ain't, I said he bitching about $128 for a baby, for child support. You dumb. And he like, I'm getting finessed. I'm getting fucked. I can't believe this. I'm like, and she looking like it's not that much money. It could have been worse. And he like, whatever, have a good day. Hope your day goes better than mine. Win. Help me. Fuck you. Okay, bruh? Pissed me the hell off. We then see him go meet with his friend, some dude. Man, he like, so how was the court? Whatever. Man, I'm getting finessed. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe this bullshit. The judge going, you know what I'm saying? The judge set me up. Okay. He, you know what I'm saying? He like, well, how much you get to win? Man, he put out a whole calculator. And he, punched in these numbers. Bitch, it was 3 numbers. He didn't punch in too much. He punched in 3 goddamn numbers, bitch. 128. That's it. I'm like, you hitting too many numbers, bruh. He didn't do all that at all. Not for 128, he fucking didn't. He then said he got me paying $128 a month. Okay, I told him I ain't got it. I ain't got no job. And what I loved is the friend then said, bruh, why don't you get a job? You can pay 129 is payable. Like, that's not a lot. That ain't the point. You know what I'm saying? Kayla knew. I feel like Kayla knew some shit. She can't be trusted. You know what I'm saying? She did it. She knew. I'm like, bitch, y'all both knew. Y'all both knew. I do think that Kayla at some point knew, because at least here in Michigan, we all know, if you try to get assistance from the state, they require the father to pay child support. If you know who the father is, they make him pay child support. So I'm thinking maybe he meant that part of it, meaning she knew if she got help from somebody else, they would come after me. But I'm like, well, bitch, you wasn't helping her. Okay, so, but at the same time, the friend said, bro, 129 is payable. Get a job. I'm trying. No, you're not. Not at all. You ain't, bitch. She ain't trying. Anyway, Kayla can't be trusted. I can't trust her. You know what I'm saying? I can't trust her. Nigga, he's a sad piece of shit. Such a sad piece of shit. And I just can't, in the next episode, I feel like the next episode is gonna make me cuss him out to the holy heavens. So just be prepared. Anyway, that was the whole episode. Thank you for tuning in. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, and to comment on this video. I am Jay Lee. This is JD's Corner. Peace.
It's like love, 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 and music.